You ever heard of the term diamond hands? It became popular around 2020, and it means to never sell your position, no matter what. It's actually a new name for an old philosophy called buy and hold. And you set it and you forget it. However, our Vanguard study found that disciplined rebalancing adds approximately 0.26% in net annual returns. It's one of the most effective tools for keeping your portfolio working the way you actually intended. And here's the thing. Rebalancing isn't just for one type of investor. Whether you're 35 and you're building wealth, or you're 65 and you're protecting it, rebalancing serves a purpose. The reason you need it may look a little bit different depending on where you are. So let's take a look at the value of rebalancing. So, what is rebalancing? Well, it's bringing your portfolio back to the original target allocation after the market has shifted some things around. So let's say you started with a portfolio at 60% stocks, 40% bonds, and stocks have a great year. And now you're sitting at 70% stocks, 30% bonds. Your portfolio has drifted. You did really well. You made some money. But now that 70-30 portfolio carries more risk than you originally intended. And when a correction comes, they do come, it will hurt more. So what the Vanguard study found is that the purpose of rebalancing is not to maximize return. It's to control risk. The other thing to know is that you shouldn't confuse rebalancing with market timing. They're not the same thing. Take a look at your current allocation versus your target allocation. Has it drifted? How far? So here's the problem. Diamond hands feels right, while rebalancing feels wrong from an emotional standpoint. Because what you're faced with is a decision to sell stocks while they're up, to go to other asset classes, which can feel like leaving money on the table, and buy stocks while they're down, which can feel like catching a falling knife. So the set it and forget it mentality is comfortable, but comfort isn't always the same as strategic. The moments rebalancing feels hardest are usually the moments it matters most. And I would say most people know that they should rebalance, but most don't do it consistently. Not because they're undisciplined, but because there's no one there holding them to the plan when emotions are running high. Letting the market decide your allocation over time is a common mistake that I see here. So set a rebalancing rule, a drift percentage threshold, so that the decision is already made before the emotion hits. So now that we know what it is and some common pitfalls, how do I, as an advisor, bring value when it comes to rebalancing? Well, I do it systematically, not based off of emotion and not based off of a market prediction. I'm going to help you set a threshold. So when the portfolio drifts X percentage, we're going to bring it back. It's a simple rule, consistently applied, no guessing. And more than the mechanics, I'm going to hold you to the decision you've already made. So when Diamond Hands is whispering in your ear, I'm going to be pointing you back to the plan. I'm going to also be managing the tax side strategically, knowing when and how to rebalance in a way that minimizes the tax impact. This quiet, disciplined consistency is hard to provide for yourself when your money is on the line. So a common mistake here is only rebalancing when it feels comfortable, which means almost never during the moments that counts. So if you haven't rebalanced in the last 12 months, it's worth the conversation. So if you'd like to sit down and take a look at whether your portfolio is still positioned where you want it to be, or better yet, where it needs to be, I'd be glad and honored to do that with you. Click the link below to schedule a 30-minute call to get that conversation started. Next week, we're going to be covering the value of behavioral coaching. See you then.